All right, the defensive portion. Closest to me going that way, we have the defensive lineman, Garrett Stansberry, Jawan Campbell, defensive coordinator Brian Williams, linebacker Walker Osteen, and safety Trevor Woods. So, Coach, we'll first start with you. Tell us a little bit about these four guys that are up here with you. How they helped you get going here at Jax State?
Well, I'll just say that, me getting here, I kind of got here a little late in the game in terms of the day Coach started, and getting here, they had already gone through the recruiting process as well as kind of recruiting the portal players, and just signing our freshman class, and they did an outstanding job. Obviously, I was pleasantly surprised, not only with that, but also the returning guys from last season. Just the team that was here, they obviously did a great job winning the conference, and being able to come in and just see the guys, the work ethic, see the guys buying into everything that the coach set out for us to do and accomplish has really been rewarding and really made it exciting to be here. A great transition for myself. So it's been really good, just the leadership that these guys provide on a day in, day out basis, the accountability, and it just all leads to us being able to connect. And we brought in a lot of new guys at the start of the summer, Trevor being one of them, coming in, and he's done a great job of coming in and adapting and applying himself to the things that we've already been able to do here, as well as bring some of his expertise and leadership, because he's probably one of our, if not the most experienced player on our team. So you put all that together, and it really, leads itself to a guy like me being able to have options and have, the ability to really help these guys and put them in position to be successful.
Start with Max.
Okay, so I'm sure you talked about this, but just kind of what went into the decision? You're at a Power 4 program and you came down here. What went into that decision?
Well, I think the fact that my history with Coach Kelly, Coach has been since I was a high school coach down in Florida, back in his days of coaching at Georgia Tech, been able to learn a lot of ball from him, learn a lot about just the business, the profession, and him being a mentor to me in my career. When he got this opportunity, it was something that it was an eyebrow raiser for myself. And then there were a lot of transitioning going on in Maryland at the time, and I just really felt like this would be an opportunity for me to continue to stay in the role of being a defensive coordinator, get back with a coach that I've known for pretty much my entire career, that I have a lot of respect for and that I've learned a lot from, and then kind of get a little bit closer to my roots, being a Southern guy myself. So all those things led to the decision, and Jax State's been, something that I don't think twice about being here at all.
Let's go Eli and Thomas.
Trevor, let's talk about the difference between Colorado and here as far as the approach and that the coaches take and so on. How is it? It seems to me like it would be worlds apart, but you tell me what it was like.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's football. You see a lot more things there going on, but I mean, it's all ball, just here and there. I can't really think of anything too different, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Thomas, then Austin.
Trevor, just reuniting with Coach Kelly, I'm sure was really exciting. Can you just talk about that process of getting back in touch with him and just kind of your experiences with him as a player?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Kelly's a huge reason I'm here. Kind of like I had a really good time when he was our coach. He was my position coach, not only just he's the head coach here, but he was position coach for me, so I got real close with him. He's somebody who will keep you accountable. He's not afraid to get on somebody, so that's something that a lot of guys need, and I always like that. So I enjoy being around Coach Kelly.
Are there a lot of differences between position coach Coach Kelly and head coach Coach Kelly?
No, he's the same guy. He's the same guy. He still likes to be in the safety room a lot. He's always talking about, I'm trying to get away from some of these head coaching things and just talk ball. So.
Gotcha. Austin.
Yeah, Jawan, you had a really big year last year with 47 total tackles, 2 sacks, and 4 fumbles. I just want to ask about what are your expectations, not only for yourself this upcoming season, but the entire defensive line?
Well, I want to help my team make it back to Conference USA Championship, and farther than that, I want to go to the playoffs. We're trying to go undefeated this year. we're trying to do big things here.
Thomas?
Yeah, just talk about the defensive line, both of you guys. It's a lot of the same faces, but there's a lot of really good talent that's coming in. Talk about what you've seen out of your position this spring or this fall.
Everyone's getting better. We have a lot of depth now in our D line, and everybody's got better since the spring. We have a new coach, Coach David Garcia. He came from Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
He's a great guy, teaching me a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's exciting. It's gonna be exciting. Yeah, we got like you said, the same defense line. We got a couple new faces like KP and some of the younger guys. And then we're in the 4th down this year, so we all excited about that. We get to get after the quarterback more, so we excited for sure.
Garen, how much of an adjustment was that for you to have 4 down instead of 3?
I feel like we get to attack more at the defensive line this year, but we still get to play a little 4-eye as well. So I think for me, it's like I could be more versatile this year. Going on the edge, then playing inside some. So I'm excited about that.
Facts.
Coach, kind of what went into that decision to go to 4 down on the defensive line?
Well, part of the system that we run here is one in which, when I got to Florida State as an analyst back in 2012, 13, I believe it was, and Coach Kelly was there coaching the linebackers. That was, we put together a system that Coach Fisher at the time wanted us to be multiple front-wise and coverage-wise, and I learned a lot from Coach Odell Hagens, all those guys that were on that staff as a young coach myself. So just continuing to evolve as it relates to that, and then the fact that you kind of want to put yourself in a position where you're allowing your players to be at their best. And if we end up being a team that's best as a 4-down team, and that's kind of what we'll do, and we're a 3-down team, and we'll do that. And if we're able to do multiple things, then we'll do that as well. So I think it gives our guys a chance to showcase multiple abilities and skills. Gives us a chance to change the look for offenses, and I think that in this day and age, you really have to have a lot of tricks in the bag against these teams on offense because they do a great job.
Thomas, Mike, and Joe, next 3.
Walker, Coach said that the coach has bragged on you for kind of making a really big jump from when he got here to now. Just what's gone into that, and how have you seen your game improve in the last year or so?
I think just doing all the small stuff and trying to really focus on the small things, and that really just helps do your job and do what they coach you to do. That's really the main thing.
Mike?
Thomas took a point of mine. You got to play a little bit last year on Langley special teams, but how has that helped you this year? And now that Big Brother's not here, do you miss him since he's gone too?
Yeah, I mean it was good playing last year a little bit, trying to getting a feel for it. And so I think that helped me a little bit this year. And then my brother, it's a little weird, but it's not nothing crazy.
I played some together in high school, didn't you?
We did I think 2 years.
Joe, then back to Thomas.
Brian, can you speak, you mentioned he's taking a big jump this year, just kind of elaborate on what you've seen out of Walker.
Yeah, Walker has, very, very good instincts. He's able to be effective. I call him an every down linebacker. Some guys are really good on 1st and 2nd down where they're very stout in the box, and then, you start getting the later downs and loose plays, and a guy like Walker can match up with most tight ends and running backs and not be a liability in coverage, but at the same time have the ability to be a good blitzer, to really utilize his skills in terms of his ability to bend, balance, body control, and he mentioned it. He's really taken upon himself to be very detailed how he approaches his work every day, and I think he leads a lot more right now in terms of just by example. Younger guys, we got some young guys in the room right now that you see them kind of pattern themselves behind the things that he's doing day in, day out because they see his success.
Thomas?
For Coach Ian Walker, Deshaun Davis is a guy that means a lot to this state. He's done a lot of really good things in the state, both in high school and college. Just what has he brought to this room, do you think? And just to talk about him a little bit.
Well, that's something that you see a guy that has the ability to. You knew what he was as a fact that he's able to allow his guys to see the game in the same lens. And then just the development and growth of that room, you just see it leaps and bounds. We thought we might have to go out and maybe find some more experience going into the spring, but post-spring practice, guys like Walker, Jax, the whole room has really stepped up where we feel comfortable going into the season, and that's a direct reflection of Coach Davis and his ability to develop those guys.
Yeah. Walker wasn't like record Coach Davis.
That's good. I think he has a standard and it just tries to keep everyone to the standard, and as long as we meet the standard, we're all good.
Hey, Coach, I wanted to ask about Emmanuel a little bit. He had a big spring game, after not seeing action last year due to his preseason injury. What have you seen from him? Has he improved a lot? Is he gonna make that big noise that we saw in the spring game throughout the entire season?
Yeah, Emmanuel is, we've kind of gone from calling him Emmanuel to E-Man, you know what I mean? So that's a reflection of his ability to kind of make a name for himself around here, if you will. But he has a cunning ability to just process information really, really well. Just watching him from day one in 4-quarter drills in the spring, he takes it upon himself to really, really be a part of, what we're trying to get done collectively. And by doing so, you just see all of his talent and ability just ooze right out. And he takes it very serious. It's important for him to be one of the guys and to be someone that we can depend on. And I think as long as he continues along those tracks, his talent will flourish, and you'll hear more about him.
Trevor, from your seat in the secondary, what's the strength of that group?
Of the D-line group?
The secondary, sorry.
The secondary, we got guys who can cover, when we do it all right, we say walk the dog coverage. Walk the dog coverage, so we got some guys who can line up and, on the outside, press up and play man, but, we do a little bit of everything, but, we got guys who can cover.
Coach, how have you seen Trevor kind of come in, especially the guy who played a lot of college football like him? What has he brought to the room?
Well, we got a lot of young players in our room, and there are things that you try to impose and teach them to show in terms of just how to play the game, how you approach each and every portion of the game, and then there's just, Trevor just kind of gives you a chance to showcase his on film. I told Trevor before he got here, we were looking at a lot of teach tape from Coach at Colorado, and I'm like, might as well come join us, man. We're watching you on tape every day, but just having that experience that you just can't teach experience, and Trevor has that, and he's an extension of the coaching staff on the field relative to being able to help guys out and communicate and just not flinch when things get a little hairy, and also keep things calm when we're having success. So we're very fortunate to have him.
Austin, you got the last one.
Yeah, Trevor, we talked about it a little bit, but from a leadership standpoint, getting here late in the summer, how have you been able to, kind of build into that role as a leader for this defense?
Yeah, I've never been one of those guys. I'm not some rah-rah kind of, I'm not gonna hype up too many people, but I try to help in every way that I can. If guys, I've played in this defense before, so I already kind of knew it coming in. But just, he talked about it with the experience. Like, I've seen a lot of things and I've experienced a lot of things. So when something happens, I try to go to we got a lot of young guys. I try to go to them and help them out immediately on the sideline, because even sometimes you can talk about it differently as a player than the coach even. It's just you see it from a different perspective. So I just try to help everybody out as much as I can.
Awesome. Ben, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys.